Hey, what's up, Kevin? It's me, X. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
You're watching Enter the Introverse. I know what you're thinking. Is this a real person? Nah, I'm your automated AI host for this evening.
This is Kevin. This is Enter the Introverse, an exploration of sounds and images. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do this. This will be episode 1. I don't know if I'll do episode 2, but I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Been awake for, going on now 3 days now. Hard-working boy over here. Sounds, images, words. What does it mean? I don't know. Okay. Coming up is some of my thoughts recently on all things music, my own work, and music in general. So, yes. Making music, I couldn't afford to work at the grocery store. Asking someone if they like music is like saying, hey, do you like water? In retrospect is 3 tracks I recorded in 2021. And they didn't really sound that good to me. But then earlier this year, I was looking back and I was listening to them. I was like, hey, these aren't so bad. Hence the title, In Retrospect. They're really janky though. Really janky production. But to me they sound cool though. I think back in 21 is like a good beat. It's very simple and monotonous, but I think it's a good beat. I don't really know what I'd consider my music. I would consider them beats for the most part, because most of the time, my inspiration is from beats. Older hip hop beats, electronic. That's pretty much why I started making music. There's just a style I wanted to see and wanted to hear. So I just figured I'd make it myself. Combining elements of, sort of more vintage type hip hop beats, some electronica, IDM type beats, and mix it with sort of, what I guess people would consider indie. Mix that with, it's like guitar riffs. I pretty much just wanted to kind of fuse those elements together to create like a sort of these beats, which may be some vocalizing there, that sort of just blur the line between those styles and those genres. And there's just so much access to so many different sounds that you're making each track in like a different way with different things. So it's become more of a challenge to make like cohesive sounding music. I'm into so many types of music that when I'm making music to fulfill my, goal or whatever, it needs to sound like so many different styles so that the music I make has to represent all of that. Pretty much everything with music and such, I try to embrace a very homemade, simple kind of sound. I want it to sound very homemade, because I like a lot of music like that, whether it's, you know, and a lot of hip hop. You can really hear like, just like how like close it is to, you know, it just feels very folk. It feels very like music of the people. You know, when music sometimes is too grand and too sort of decadent, it does sort of turn me off a little bit. Most of my music means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Afterlife Shines is a sonic embodiment of the spirit that inhabits my body. Now, when I die, when it is that I die, in some faraway time, that song will reach this soul again, this spirit again, and that new person, they're gonna be like, wow, I love this song. I don't know if I believe in that stuff, but it's fun to think about. It's definitely fun to think about, you know, come up with little theories. Think about it. I certainly consider myself a producer more than a songwriter or musician. And I think most music artists nowadays are like that more, where it's more about the sound design, more about the recording. You know, I definitely try to produce, I guess, more clean, but it just comes out a little rough around the edges, which I think is good. It's not an intentional style choice. It sort of is, but it's really just the best I can do right now. Well, there's so many artists right now releasing music. I would say there's almost too much music. I honestly never really expect anyone to be into what I put out, just because of the landscape of music right now. And just in general, I mean, you should make it, I guess, to fulfill your sort of creative vision or whatever. There's been so much released in the last 50 years, and a lot of it is good. There's a lot of good music in the world. I've only ever recorded one guitar line in my life. And I've just used that one over and over again in every recording. If you listen to Introverse, you're listening to the same guitar recording, just distorted, changed. But right now I feel like you got hyper pop, you got trap, pop rap, and like sort of pop rap, R&B, and then like bedroom indie or something. And then you have lo-fi like chilled cow lo-fi, like anime girl lo-fi. I feel like those are like the really like common homogenized trends, where like most of the artists kind of fall into that. I wouldn't say I fall into any of those, unfortunately. I guess it's a good thing, but you know, it makes people like, it's kind of like they're, you know, if you don't fall into one of those kind of niches, you're sort of just like homeless, like culturally homeless. And artists straight up have to just kind of sign on to one. There we go, we're going trap beats, or we're going hyper pop. We're going chilled cow lo-fi. As I always say, I only make what I think is cool. That's it. You know? I definitely want people, if they hear to do, oh, you know, he made this. How long can Spotify sustain? Really, how long can it sustain uploads every day? Well, in 2022, I released like my first, I would say, like official album. The cover is like a picture, I guess you could say, a painting that I made when I was a kid. I used that because I thought it was a nice representation of the music. So it's like the music sort of baby painting version. I kind of see the music I make as sort of just like a natural childlike expression. Well, Happiness at Dawn live take mix, the isolated drum beat on a JBL, played the guitar riff over that while recording. And then I took one bar from that live take, looped it, put some effects on there, chopped up the vocals. And yeah, it sounds cool. It's technically Spanish too. You know, it's sort of like a mock music video in a sense. Sort of, I guess, doing like a embracing the DIY sort of vibe, which is what it is, you know? I think music videos can be a great art form, you know, combining sounds and images really in such a direct way. Art or music, which one? Both.